Hey guys, it's Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to do a Pan That Palette update. And I'm actually really excited because we've got some great progress on my palette finally. But before we get into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell so you know when I post. And if you like Pan That Palette videos, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. And now let's just go ahead and get into the update. So just to remind you, I am doing the Urban Decay Ammo palette for this year. And let me go ahead and show you what the palette looked like last time I did an update, and then I will show you what it looks like now. And here is what my palette currently looks like. So I think overall I've been doing pretty well with this palette, especially compared to the last update, because in that update I was just like complaining up and down the wall about this palette because I just felt like there was no progress with it. But I'm very happy to say there is quite a bit of progress this month. I think the most obvious thing with this palette is that I finally finished a shade. I finished the shade Sin, which was the color that I was using actually as a facial highlight. I don't even know if I used that on my eyes at all this year, but I managed to finish it, so that is awesome. And then I also hit pan on Maui Wowie, which I had wanted to do. Now if you remember from the last update, I had kind of changed my goals for the entire year. I had originally wanted to finish completely both Maui Wowie and Chopper, but because Maui Wowie was just going so slow, I amended that so that I would just hit pan on both of those, and I'm okay with that still. So I did manage to hit pan on Maui Wowie. So then now lately I have been working on Chopper as my all over lid shade. That is what I have on the majority of my lid today. I actually had a full size of the color Chopper at one point. I have since thrown it away because it was getting quite old and I had it in this palette. But I don't know, I think maybe the texture is a little bit different, or just my eyeshadow needs or wants, you know, what I expect out of an eyeshadow has changed over the years, especially now that I've been getting more into makeup the past couple of years. So I don't know that I love this shade, unfortunately. It's very powdery. Well, is it powdery? I don't know. It's very gritty. I think that would be the best way to describe it. And it's really hard to get a lot on your brush. I have not tried it with my fingertips, but I have tried it wet quite a few times. I did wet my brush today to get this eye look. Generally, if I'm just, you know, trying to do my everyday eye look with it, I don't wet my brush and I can still get a little bit of pigment out of it. But I remember really liking that shade when I had it in the single, and it's just kind of fallen flat a little bit for me. But I will continue to use it. Of course, that is the goal, is to hit pan on that. It's not going to happen in the next month, that is for sure, but we'll see. But I do think I will be able to hit pan on it by the end of the year. Finish it? Absolutely not. I think once I do hit pan on it, because it's not my favorite shade, I will probably try and go back to Maui Wowie because I actually really did like that shade. I thought it worked really well on my eyes, and that worked well wet or dry. I used that one both as well, but I thought it worked pretty well dry, a lot better than Chopper, that's for sure. Alright, so now let me go ahead and go through the rest of the eyeshadows here. Here is the shade Smog, and I have expanded the pan on that quite a bit, which is pretty good. I think I'm going to go ahead and repress that one, and I'm going to add a little bit more of the shade from my Naked 3 in there. This one I did Franken shade a few months ago. I don't remember the shade that I used, but it's one of the darker shades from the Naked 3, so I think I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more in to make it even a little bit darker because there is, you know, quite a bit of room there now. So the next time you see this shade, there probably won't be any pan, but I will of course be continually working on it. The next shade, Mildew, I did use a few times. I actually used that in my crease the other day and I liked how that turned out. So that was kind of a fun, different kind of look for me. As far as Mildew goes, I would say out of all of the shades, this is really the only one that I'm a little bit disappointed with. This shade, I don't know what's going on. I use it almost every single day to set my eyeliner. I use it all the time. I don't know why I haven't hit pan on it. It's baffling to me. I did scrape it once or twice because I did notice that there was some hard pan forming in the little divot that I've got going on, but I still feel like I should hit pan on it. I don't think there's hard pan on it now. Yeah, so hopefully by the next update, that is my ultimate goal for the next update, would be to hit pan on Oil Slick. There's no way that I'm going to be using that shade up by the end of the year either, but I definitely want to hit pan on it. Then the two purple shades here, Last Call and Grifter, I maybe used once or twice. They're not typically shades that I would reach for on an everyday basis, at least not at this point. You know, I'm really just trying to focus on this one right now. But I think maybe I used them once or twice, not much. And I know I keep saying this, that I need to start using these two shades a little bit more, but It just hasn't happened. So maybe by the next update, I will be able to have a little bit more progress on those. Shattered, I think I used that once. I think I actually used that for a look that I was using when I was filming a video. I don't remember which video, but you can go back and you can see that I did use that at least once. And then here is Polyester Bride. This was another Franken shade. I had added a matte tart eyeshadow into it because it was too stark white. And I think I'm going to go ahead and repress that one again just to make it a little bit easier for me to use. I'm not going to add anything extra to it though. But there is pretty good progress on there. I was able to completely clear off that side of the pan. So by the next time you see it, it will probably look a little bit different, but I'm making pretty good progress on it. Don't think I'll be able to finish it by the next update, but maybe the update after that, that one I think will probably be almost finished. So that was everything for my Urban Decay Ammo palette. Now let me go ahead and remind you what my Z palette looked like last time. You might remember that I've been working on 2 matte shades that I threw in a Z palette. So let me go ahead and show you that now, and then I'll show you what those shades look like currently. And here is what my Z palette looks like now, and I am really just focusing on these 2 shades. This one is my little Makeup Forever shade. This one is, what is it? Oh gosh, M530, I think that's what it is. I really don't like this shade. I've talked about that before, but I did hit pan on it, which is so exciting. I think I'm gonna go ahead and repress that one as well, just to try and clear it out a little bit faster, because I still really don't like this shade, but I have been making it work. It's just like an all over setting shade. I think I mentioned in the last update that I just feel like shadows just don't blend as well as they could on top of it. So I'll be very happy to get that one out of my collection, but I'm gonna stick it out. I'm gonna go ahead and use it all up. And then this shade here is from my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. Salted Caramel, I think is what this one is. And I have not repressed this one since the last time you saw it. It's been sticking together. There for a while, it was just crumbling every single time I tried to repress it. It was very strange, but it's been sticking together. And I have to say, I'm quite surprised that more of the shadow isn't gone, considering how many times I've used it. I felt like the shadow was really shallow in the pan the last time I did an update, but it took me quite a while actually to hit pan on it. But now I'm finally starting to see a little bit of progress in that. And then once I get to where the shadow's just all around the edges, I probably will go ahead and repress it, hopefully for the last time, so then I can eventually be done with that. Don't know if I'll finish it by the next update, but I think by the update after that I will be finished with it. So I think that's everything for my Pan That palette update. At this point now, just about halfway through the year, I'm quite pleased with how my ammo palette especially is going. I really needed a whole lot of progress in 1 month, I feel, to feel a little bit more confident about it, because just forever there was no progress, it felt like. But I think it's looking pretty good. I'm definitely not going to hit the goals that I had originally set at the beginning of the year to finish both of those, but I'm definitely going to be able to hit pan on that one. I've already hit pan there. This one will definitely be finished. That one will definitely be finished. And I can't imagine that at least by the end of the year that I won't hit pan on the black. And I would also still like to hit pan on Mildew. Hit and pan on the 2 purples I think is going to be a stretch for me as well, but I think I'm going to be okay with this at the end of the year. And just also as a reminder, I am going to just be getting rid of this by the end of the year. I think, regardless of how much I've actually used of it, I will have given it an entire year's worth of use. I will have given it a lot of love. So I think I will feel just fine parting ways with that one by the end of the year. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today and watching this video. If you liked it, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you know when I post. We can also connect on Instagram. I will have that linked down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!